What is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport was too hard to choose. So my two favorite sports are baseball and tennis.
Why do you like it?
Well, I like baseball because it's a great team activity and I love playing every weekend. I still play a lot of baseball and I love coaching baseball as well.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete is a tennis player named Roger Federer, and it's because he is a really good sport and he always acts very, very nicely on the court.
When did you start liking the sport?
Well, I started liking baseball when I was about 5 years old, and I didn't start liking tennis until I was about probably 10 or 11 years old.
Where where do you like watching or playing?
I like watching tennis at home, but I like playing a lot better. In baseball, I'm watching the World Series right now. I'm watching the playoffs, and I love playing. I play on the weekends. They don't have a lot of leagues for adults in baseball, so I play men's softball actually on the weekends, and then I actually coach my son's baseball team too.
How do you think sports are good? Think How do you think sports are good or help?
Well, they help because they help you to be a better athlete and help you to keep in shape and stay active after school and not just sit around doing nothing. And it also helps you to meet new people that you might not have ever met before and work as a team and try to accomplish something, set goals, and try to win games.
What's your favorite sport?
I like a lot of sports, but my favorite sport is probably hockey.
Why do you like it?
I think that hockey is exciting to watch because there's always action happening, and if you turn your head away for more than a second, you could miss a goal or an exciting event. Other sports, there's lots of breaks. So hockey is constant action. That's why it's my favorite.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I like a lot of athletes. If I had to choose, my favorite one would probably be Jimmy Howard. He's the goalie for the Detroit Red Wings.
When did you start liking your sport?
I started liking hockey back in 2009, 2010, when I went to a game with a friend of mine. It was a playoff game, and it was really exciting. And I've never been to a hockey game before, and I just kind of caught the passion for it. And ever since, I've been a huge hockey fan.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think sports are good in a lot of ways. I think they give something, they give people something to get behind and something to root for. I think they can bring people together that are different in lots of other ways. People may have different religious backgrounds or cultural backgrounds, but they can get behind the same sports team, and I think that gives them something to bond over.
Where do you watch or play?
Ooh, well, I watch a lot at home, but I like to actually go to the games, so I will watch a lot of sports at stadiums. I'll get tickets and go to the games.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is golf
Why do you like it?
because I get to be outdoors with my friends and enjoy the nice weather.
Who's your favorite athlete?
That's a tough question. My favorite athlete. You just asked me a very tough question. You just stumped me. Nadia Comaneci. She's a skater from a long time ago.
When did you start liking your sport?
When I was probably about 28.
Where do you watch or play?
I play at Lincoln Hills and Glen Oaks.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think sports help you stay disciplined and they help you stay fit so you can be healthy.
What's your favorite sport?
I actually like a lot of sports, and so it's really hard to pick one. I guess with just being in the fall right now, I will pick football as my favorite sport right now.
Why do you like it? Why do you like it?
Well, I like it because it's really fun to watch, and even though I don't play it as much now as I'm older, but it's really fun to play as well. And of course, I'm talking about American football, even though I do like European football as well.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Well, I'll stick with the football theme and say Tom Brady of the New England Patriots. I have a little bit of a allegiance to him, but yeah, I think that some of the character he showed throughout his kind of football upbringing is pretty impressive on how we need to persevere and work hard towards getting where we want to be.
When did you start liking football?
I think I played in fourth grade for the first time, so I think that's probably when I started to develop a passion for it, and it just kind of really took off from there.
Where do you watch or play?
Well, other than maybe playing football with my sons in the front yard, I don't really play football, but I do obviously watch it in my living room, watching the Michigan Wolverines, and sadly to admit, watching the Lions. But yep.
How do you think sports are good or help?
Well, I mean, of course, we all think of teamwork when we think of sports, but I think of just exercise and getting, especially with you guys, being able to stay fit in your busy schedules with, all the different activities you have. It's really important to be a part of a sports team so you can get in your, daily recommended 60 minutes a day.
Basically, and what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is tennis.
Why do you like it?
I like to play tennis because you can play it inside or outside depending on the weather, and it's a fun thing to play with friends or family, and also a good way to get exercise.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athletes are my 3 kids that I spend a lot of time watching playing sports.
When did you start liking your sport?
I remember going to tennis camps when I was young, and then I played tennis in high school, so probably in elementary school I started playing tennis.
Where do you watch or play the sport?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Where did you watch or play the sport?
Where do I watch or play? I can watch it on TV. I also belong to a summer swim club that I can play and watch people, and that's pretty much it.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think sports are good because they get people involved and they allow you to meet new people and they help you stay healthy and active.
What's your favorite sport?
I like tennis
Why do you like it?
because I like playing with partners and I like having 4 people to play with.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Serena Williams.
When did you start liking the sport?
When I was in junior high and I played it,
Where do you watch or play?
I play tennis sometimes at Franklin Racket Club.
How do you think these sports are good or help?
I think sports are really good because it teaches people to be team players and to be cooperative and to be respectful and responsible.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport to watch is baseball.
Why do you like it?
I like it because my son plays baseball.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete is Miguel Cabrera.
When did you start liking your sport?
Ooh, I started liking it when my son started playing baseball.
Where do you watch or play?
I watch it at Tiger Stadium or on TV.
How do you think sports are good or help?
Ooh, I think they're great because they focus on teamwork and working together to get something done.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is soccer.
Why do you like it?
I guess there's a lot of reasons that I like soccer. First of all, I think it's excellent exercise. It's great to be able to get out and run that much. Second, I'm pretty good at it. Don't want to brag too much, but I was always really good at soccer, so I guess that made me like it.
What's your favorite athlete?
Ooh, that's a good question. Favorite athlete? You know, I'm not sure who my favorite athlete is. I have a lot of favorite athletes. I like a lot of sports. I like baseball, soccer, basketball. I played all those sports, so it's hard to say who my number one favorite athlete is, but I definitely like athletes who are sort of like the underdog, athletes who aren't thought of as the superstar, like athletes in pro sports who are role players and just do their best and work their hardest to get better. I guess one athlete from soccer, now that I think of it, that I really like is Carly Lloyd, because as a professional soccer player, she wasn't always the best on her team, wasn't always the best on the U.S. national team, but she worked really, really hard to get where she is today.
When did you start liking your sport?
Well, I started liking my sport and playing my sport of soccer when I was 5 years old. So I started playing soccer when I was 5, and I liked it then. All the kids in my kindergarten all played on the same soccer team, and that was a really, really fun way back then.
Where do you watch or play the sport?
Well, I don't play soccer anymore because I actually had 2 knee surgeries as a result of playing soccer. I tore my ACL twice playing soccer, so I had to give that up. But I watch soccer sometimes at my house. My daughter likes to watch with me because she plays travel soccer, so we like to watch soccer together.
How do you think sports are good or help?
How do I think sports are good or help? Well, I think sports can be helpful in a lot of ways. Number one, I think they can teach you teamwork, working together with others, coming together for a common cause. Just like in a classroom, you kind of have a theme in 3rd grade of being a team, and I think that's a good thing because you all have to come together to help each other learn in a classroom, and the same can be kind of true on a sports team. You want to come together on a sports team to try to win or to try to play your best. I also think sports can be really good exercise, and they teach people about practice and hard work, that if you want to be better at sports, you have to practice. If you want to be better at math, you have to practice math, right? So whatever you want to do, you be good at or you want to be better at, you have to practice, and that's the same thing with sports, so that's what I really like about them.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport to watch is baseball.
Why do you like it?
I just think it's fun to watch it on TV and also go to the Tigers games with my family.
Who's your favorite athlete?
I'd have to say Cabrera.
When did you start liking your sport?
When I was a little girl, my family used to go to Tiger games a lot, and it was just always fun. So probably when I was about 7 or 8.
Where do you watch or play?
Either at my house on TV or at Comerica Park.
How do you think sports are good or help?
Well, I think sports are good to watch because it gives you something fun to do and kind of a family activity or something to do with friends. But I think it's really good to play sports because then you're staying healthy and being active and having fun with friends.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is football because I played football.
Why do you like it?
I really like playing football because I like the team and being part of a team and working together and knowing that in football everyone has their own job to do, and if everybody does their job well, they can rely on each other and you can do really well in the game, but you have to rely on your teammates to do their job and everybody can do their job. That's what I liked about it.
Who's your favorite athlete? Wait, no. When did you start liking this sport? Sorry.
Well, when I was a kid, my dad talked me into trying football, and I was really nervous. Didn't think I was going to like it very much. But then I found out really quickly that I actually really liked it. And so my first year playing football was in 7th grade. That's when I started liking it a lot. Now,
Who's your favorite athlete?
Wow, that's a tough question because there's so many really great athletes out there, but there's also some examples of not so great athletes out there. So my favorite athlete is probably Spielman. He used to play for the play football as a linebacker, but he played with a lot of ferocity. But he also had really good sportsmanship.
Where do you watch or play this sport?
What is that?
Where do you watch or play it?
Where do I watch or play? I can't play anymore. I hurt my knee. I like to play, like, kind of pick up in my backyard with my kids, but I can't play with the pads on anymore. But I love to watch the game on, I like college, watching the college football.
How do you think sports are good or helpful?
I think sports are a great way for people to get physical activity and stay healthy. There's a lot of sports that you can play that'll keep your body moving and keep yourself active. But then there's also another part of sports that's really good for people to play because you make friends. You get like a lot of team sports will help you to make friends that you can keep for a very long time.
As a gym teacher, what's your favorite sport to teach?
Well, I teach physical education, and in physical education we teach sports skills, because the sports skills might translate into maybe someday teaching kids how to want to play sports. But the goal is to keep kids physically active. So I love teaching all different kinds of sports skills that will help kids choose an activity that they love to do so they can stay healthy.
What's your favorite sport?
I would have to say my favorite sport is actually track and field.
Why do you like it?
I like track and field because I ran track and field for a very long time, ran in college, and so I just love it.
When did you start liking your sport?
I started liking track and field in probably middle school. That's when we started. I joined the track team and started competing.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Ooh, this is, I would probably say in that field, retired Gail Devers. She ran the hurdles, which is also what I ran in college.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think sports are great. I think that it helps to build good sportsmanship. It also helps you to make new friends, and it's great for self-discipline. And sports help you to stay very healthy and in shape. So that's an extra added plus.
What is your favorite sport?
I was thinking about this. When I was in school, I liked to play field hockey, but I like to watch gymnastics and ice skating.
Why do you like it?
I just think gymnastics is amazing what they can do, and I really used to like it when I was a kid, but I never continued.
Who's your favorite athlete?
I don't really have a favorite athlete.
Okay. Where do you watch or play?
Well, when I was younger, I played in high school, but sometimes I play with my friends at the park, field hockey, but I like to watch the Olympics.
When did you start liking your sport?
When I was your age, probably.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think that they help your confidence, they help you stay healthy, they help you make friends, you spend time outside, and many more reasons.
What's your favorite sport?
I love dance.
Why do you like it?
I like dance because there's so many different choices that you can do, and it's great exercise and fun.
Who's your favorite athlete?
I like lots of different dancers. I can't pick one.
When did you start liking your sport?
I started liking my sport when I was actually 3 years old because I danced when I was a little girl.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think sports are good for kids, especially because you have to learn about being on a team and taking your turns and working together, and it's always really good exercise.
What's your favorite sport?
Golf.
Why do you like it?
I like it because I get to learn how to play a new skill right now, and I think it's amazing how the masters can go ahead and hit that ball and be so skillful.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Good question. How about Michael Jordan?
When did you start liking the sport?
I liked the sport when I was older. I never liked it when I was younger. So golf started to become one of my favorite sports when I became older and I had time to go learn how to play.
Where do you watch or play?
I play with some friends, and we play sometimes here around in the area in Birmingham, and sometimes we go play where I live out in Livingston County.
How do you think sports are good?
I think sports help teach children life lessons. I think you can learn a lot from how to handle yourself in a sport and how to be a gracious winner and a gracious loser and how to always keep trying because you're not always going to win. So you got to keep trying and get better and better and better. I think that's what you got to do in life.
What's your favorite sport?
Well, to watch, I love to watch basketball. I love to watch tennis as well. So those two are some of my favorites.
Why do you like it?
I think I like it because they're fast. There's a lot of competition, and they're running back and forth, and I enjoy that.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Oh, wow. I like the Williams girls, the sisters in tennis. I think they're really great. And that's probably my favorite right now.
When did you start liking your sport?
Well, I think when I was a child, I really got into football earlier when my brother was a football player. He was a football player in high school and college. And I enjoyed basketball in high school. My high school team was really good. They went to state, and so they were really good. Right now, I really like baseball because I'm from Chicago, and the Cubs are actually winning. It's amazing.
Where do you like to watch or play?
Well, I don't play, but I like to watch it on television, but I really like to go in person to see the game. That's really fun.
How do you think sports are good or help?
Oh, you learn a lot of life lessons in sports. You learn how to be respectful. You have to cooperate with each other. I like it when sports players are kind to one another even though they're in competition. So there's lots of things we learn out of sports.
Thank you. What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is basketball.
Why do you like it?
I like it because I really like shooting three-pointers. It was the only thing that I did really well in basketball.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete is probably Michael Jordan.
When did you start liking your sport?
I started liking my sport actually when I was 11 years old. It's kind of a funny story because when I was 11, my dad asked me, "You have to pick a jersey number, so what jersey number do you want to pick?" And I said, "I don't know, Dad, what do you think I should pick?" And he said, "Well, how about 11 since you're 11 years old?" And guess what? Guess what, Camera? I kept that number until I was 19 years old. So I wore 11 all the way until I was 19.
Where do you watch or play?
Where do I watch or play? I really loved watching my little brother play basketball at Bishop Foley High School. He also was really good at shooting three-pointers, so we had that connection. And where I play, I only play now when I go to the gym. It's called LA Fitness.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think sports teach you a lot about teamwork. I think it also teaches you a lot about how you have to balance your homework and balance playing with your friends and balance your time. So a lot of time management skills come from playing sports. So I think that's really important because it taught me when I should do homework, when I should do other things, and when I should go play and practice my sport.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport would probably be football.
Why do you like it?
I like it because I like how competitive it is, and I like throwing footballs. I like catching footballs, so that's why I like the sport so much.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete. Am I supposed to look at the camera? You want me to look at the camera or look at you? My favorite athlete is Russell Wilson.
When do you start liking your sport?
When did I start liking football? I started liking football probably when I was in 3rd grade.
Where do you watch or play?
What's that?
Where do you watch or play?
What do I watch or play? I like what sports? I watch. What do I watch for football? Where do I watch? I watch it at my house mostly with my daughter.
How do you think sports are good or help?
Well, I think they're good because they promote teamwork. And I think teamwork's very important for all ages, kids and adults. And I think it's nice to strategize certain plays to try to get the best outcome, just like in school.
What's your favorite sport?
I'm not a huge sports fan, actually, but I do enjoy watching horse racing. This year was kind of exciting because we had our first Triple Crown winner since, I think, 1972. So I do enjoy horse racing.
Why do you like it?
Well, I'm kind of a big animal person, so I just enjoy watching the horses. I think it's very exciting. It's kind of a party atmosphere.
Who's your favorite athlete?
I do like Calvin Johnson from the Detroit Lions. He's been doing really well lately, so I'd say right now he's probably my favorite athlete.
When did you start liking your sport?
I started really liking horse racing probably when I was about your age. I started reading about it in the newspaper a little bit, and I'd always liked horses, so it's just something that kind of naturally became interesting to me.
Where do you watch or play?
I usually watch from my home, although I have gone to the Kentucky Derby twice, down in Lexington, Kentucky, or Louisville, Kentucky, actually, but usually from home.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think sports are good because they keep you healthy, and they build teamwork and cooperation. So I think sports are very good to be involved in if you can.
Your favorite sport?
Well, surprisingly, it is now swimming.
Why do you like it?
Well, for 2 reasons. I like to swim, and then also because my sons both swim. And I like to see them swim.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Well, I have 2. One is Rocco Prindle, and the other is Mateo Prindle. Those are my sons, but you already know that.
When did you start liking your sport?
Well, I always liked to swim, but since Rocco started swimming when he was 7 competitively, that's when I really got interested.
Where do you watch or play?
Well, I watch a lot of times at the Birmingham YMCA, and then also at their swim meets and at Cranbrook Swim Club.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think that sports teach kids a lot about winning and losing and being a teammate.
What is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is definitely gymnastics.
Why do you like it?
I have loved gymnastics for a very long time. It's just a lot of fun, and it's great for your muscles.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete is Shawn Johnson, and she was in the Olympics.
Where do you watch or play?
Well, I used to take gymnastics lessons in Farmington Hills, but now I just watch it on TV at home.
How do you think sports are good or help?
Gymnastics is a great sport, not only to build up your muscles and your heart. It's really good for your heart because you're doing a lot of running and tumbling, but it's also a really, really great way to make new friends and to learn how to be determined.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is hockey.
Why do you like it?
I like hockey because in the winter time, the lake would freeze by my house when I was little, and I could play ice hockey with my friends. And then in the summertime, I could play roller hockey on rollerblades.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete is... I have to think about that for a moment. My favorite athlete was Cecil Fielder because when he was a Detroit Tiger, and if things weren't really going his way, he told an interviewer once, just like you, that even though things weren't going great, he knew if you worked hard, the next game would be better, and that always made him smile.
When did you start liking your sport?
I started liking the sport, my favorite sport, when I was little, just because it's a sport that I could always play with my friends.
Where do you watch or play?
Well, I used to play in the street when it was safe and on the canals when they were frozen, but now I just mostly watch. So my favorite spot to watch my sport is in my living room, sitting on my couch with my dog.
How do you think sports are good or help you?
I think sports are good because they help me get lots of exercise. I think they help me when I play with my friends and we have a disagreement about a call or a play or something that happened, and we have to figure it out without getting angry at each other or super frustrated, and we have to figure out our problems so we can just keep playing.
What is your favorite sport?
Hockey is my favorite sport.
Why do you like the sport?
I like the sport because when I grew up, I watched it, and because 3 of 4 of my kids play hockey, and my husband.
And me.
And you.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Ooh, Steve Eiserman. Hands down.
When did you start liking your sport?
I can't remember. It was so long ago. Probably when I was in elementary school.
Where do you watch or play?
I watch my sport on TV or at the ice rink. I do not play, unless it's mini sticks in the basement.
How do you think sports are good for you?
Oh, I think they're good for you because they keep you active, they keep you in good shape, and I think it's good to have a little friendly competition sometimes.
What's your favorite sport?
I think I like many different kinds of sports. I like volleyball, I like hockey, I like swimming, but I think one of my favorite sports actually is singing. I like that.
Why do you like it?
I like it because when I'm breathing deep and when I'm pretending to be a character or to sing a song, it gives me a really fabulous sensation. And I also love it when I kind of think of the stage as my classroom in a way, and that the audience is kind of like my collaborative, students that is experiencing what I'm singing about. So I think it's kind of cool, that sensation and feeling.
Who's your favorite athlete?
I'm not sure if I have a favorite athlete. I kind of like rooting for everyone and that everybody's having fun and doing their best.
When did you start liking it?
Oh my goodness. So I think with singing I've always liked it, but I think for other sports, I think I fell in love when I saw a really good game where you could see everybody was doing their best and everybody was having a really great time, and it kind of just sucked me into that great feeling of watching a good game.
Where did you watch or play it?
Oh, one more time, what was that?
Where did you watch or play it?
Oh, a whole bunch of places, yeah.
How do you think sports are good or help?
Oh my goodness gracious, I think there are so many benefits to all kinds of sports. And I think for me, I love it when you kind of, you can think something, but then when you're actually doing it physically as well, you make a lot more cool connections. And again, it's really fun. And I love that fun sensation when you're playing any kind of cool sport.
Favorite sport?
My favorite sport would be tennis.
Why do you like it?
I used to play tennis in high school. I was on the tennis team.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Not many people, well, a lot of people do, but I love Serena Williams and Vanessa Williams.
When did you start liking your sport?
In high school.
Where did you watch or play it?
I played it at Don Darrow High School, and I still watch it. I watch the U.S. Open.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think sports are good because they make people be active. Instead of sitting around, you go out and you get exercise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your favorite sport?
My
My favorite sport, I would have to say, is actually dance. I didn't play any other sport growing up, so dance is my favorite sport.
Why do you like it?
I like it because it was really good exercise, and I like music a lot, so I like to be able to dance to it.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete, I actually don't have one. I'm proud of all the athletes and everything they can do.
When did you start liking your sport?
I started dance when I was 6, and then I danced for 13 years.
Where do you watch or play?
I used to dance at a studio called Gotta Dance.
How do you think sports are good or help?
I think they're good because they teach you teamwork, and they help you make friends, and it's really good exercise.